Hello guys, I'm back with another great recipe, and this is a dessert recipe and one that you could use maybe for the holiday 4th of July. My family loves it, so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have another great family snack recipe. My family loves it. It's a great dessert and it's quick and simple and delicious. So stay tuned. Okay, this is, like I said, this is a very simple recipe. It's called lemon cake white chocolate pops. And I'm going to give you the recipe. It's very short, very simple, but it is very, very delicious. And I'm actually making these. I'm going to stick them in the freezer so you can do that, making them for the 4th of July because I'm having a lot of people coming over. One of the things that you're going to have, it's very simple. I've got a Betty Crocker super moist lemon cake mix. You just need any flavor. It doesn't matter what type flavor of cake mix you use. You can use lemon, you can use white, you can use chocolate, you can use red velvet, whatever your preference is. And then we have here, I have a 14 ounce. It says 16 ounce, but I'm sure that this 14 ounce container. You can use any flavor of frosting. I've got cream cheese. You can use lemon to go with the lemon cake or whatever your preference is. Also, we're going to need this big bag. It says 48 ounces of white chocolate. This is the chocolate that's going to be melted and you're going to dip your lemon cake balls in. And I'm telling you guys, this is a recipe that you are going to love. I have a pan here. Get your pan prepared. You're going to follow the directions right off the box, right off the cake box to make the cake. That's the first thing you're going to do. I got my pan here. It's already floured. It's ready to go into the oven. Preheat your oven at 350 and follow the directions on the box. And I'm going to get this started and I'll be right back. Okay, as I said, this is a very simple and quick recipe. It is called Oreo white chocolate dipped cream cheese balls. And all you want to do is you need 36 Oreo cookies. You might have to do this in batches, just a couple. We'll see here. But you want to drop about as many as it'll hold, as you think it will hold, into your food processor. Let's get this on. If you don't put it just right, it won't work. And then you're going to just pulse it a couple of times until it's ground up. But there is an alternative that if you don't have a food processor, you can literally just get you like a gallon-sized plastic bag, put your Oreo cookies in there, and then crush it. You can use a glass. You can use whatever you have to crush your cookies up in if you don't have a food processor. But we're just going to, that's really loud. Pulse that up. You want to pulse it up so it's nice and fine. And you might have to stop a couple of seconds to move it around. Maybe not, but if you do, go ahead and push the sides in like so, and then put your top back on it and grind it up so it's really fine powder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to grind this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like, and then we will continue the recipe from there. Okay guys, as I said, I've got a very simple, very delicious, very minimum ingredients recipe. It would be great for like the 4th of July, and that's actually what I'm using this for. I'm going to make up these Oreo balls and I'm going to freeze them. But the recipe is actually called Oreo cream cheese vanilla chocolate dipped. It's white chocolate and you dip the Oreo balls into the dip. Now, what the recipe consists of, the ingredients is simply 1 8-ounce brick of cream cheese softened. You're going to have a 16 ounce, which is a pound of white chocolate. And then you need 36 Oreo cream filled cookies. And I have a food processor here. And what you're going to do is take the food processor and you're going to put your cookies in here and ground them up really good. As you can see, if Larry come over here a little closer, you can see how fine I ground those cookies up. Nice and ground up really well. You can grind it up in the food processor, or if you don't have a food processor, you can still alternatively put it in a gallon size plastic bag, take a rolling pin, roll it out, or use a cup or whatever you want to use, whatever you have, to grind up the cookies till it's nice and ground fine. Now the next step here, I've ground up these 36 Oreo cookies. We're just going to put the cream cheese in here. We want to mix this up. Normally you can just simply put it in the food processor and do this, but sometimes the cream cheese really sticks and you have to take multiple times to remove the cream cheese from the sides of the container. So what we're going to do, which you'll probably end up having to do that somewhat anyway, but we're going to mix this cream cheese in here. And now I'm going to take and put the rest of the cream cheese mixture right in here, right into the food processor, and grind it. Okay, now we're just going to grind it up. Get that cream cheese fully mixed in here. Okay, we're going to take that off and mix that up. Sometimes it gets a little thick down in there. We want to get that cream cheese thoroughly mixed. Mix that up, put that back on. Okay. Gotta be just right. All right, and then we'll blend it up some more. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yep, nice. And what we're going to do is empty all of this into the bowl, and then you're going to let it sit in the refrigerator for approximately, I think the recipe calls for 1 hour. Let's see if you put it in the refrigerator. No, it actually says put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. And when I said refrigerator, I meant freezer. So just stick it in your freezer for 30 minutes. Pour that into your bowl. Get that all out. And once you are done, once this sets up, the reason you're putting it into the freezer is so that this can harden somewhat. And then you can roll it into balls. And one of the other things that I forgot to add that you need in this recipe are the wooden, well, I'm going to use wooden popsicle sticks because I don't have the other ones, but you can use the little wooden white sticks if you're like making suckers. But you can use the popsicle sticks, or you can use the little wooden white sticks. So anyway, we've got this all set up. Put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and let it kind of harden. It's not going to be real hard, but let it harden, and then you're going to roll it into balls. So I will put this in the freezer, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and we're going to finish up the lemon ball dipped in white chocolate. And what we're going to do, I've already baked the cake. And remember, you just take you a box of lemon cake according to the directions on the box. Bake it up and let it cool completely. And then just break it up into pieces. Pea size. You don't want to get it much smaller than that. But you don't want them bigger. That's completely cooled off. It's really simple, but I mean, let me tell you, we just had this for the holiday, Memorial holiday, and it was delicious. Everyone loved them. We had, which one was it? Red velvet and strawberry. And I love lemon cake, and everybody else loves lemon cake. And they said, why don't you make some lemon balls dipped in white chocolate? I said, okay, that'll be the one we'll do for the 4th. So, as you can see, it's really simple. Get your hands in there and break it up. We have this cup of, now the frosting that I'm using for the lemon cake is the cream cheese frosting. You can use, again, any type of frosting that you want. You can use lemon with your lemon balls, chocolate, whatever it is that, you prefer. And once you get that all broken up, we're going to add in the frosting. And you may not, and you may use all the frosting. What you want to do is just get it mixed up very well. You want to just use enough frosting where it brings the cake batter together. You don't want to use too much frosting. You don't want it to overpower your cake. But if you need to use it all, you can. You can use your fingers. You can use a spoon. You can use a fork. And just get mixing it up in there. And this container is a 14 ounce. I'm sure I'll use all of this because the recipe actually calls for an 18 ounce. But I didn't see an 18 ounce. I guess I could have gotten 2 of the smaller sizes, but this will do so far just great. Okay, get that nice and mixed up. Oh, it smells so good. I am definitely a sweet person. I love my sugar, but it doesn't like me, so we won't go into any details about that. But oh yeah, that's coming together really nicely. The moistness. Now I'm looking at this, and one of the next steps that I'm going to do, because it is pretty soft, I'm going to get all of this frosting out, and then I'm going to sit this in the freezer for maybe about 10 or 15 minutes so it can kind of harden up a bit so I can roll some good sized balls. And then I'm going to come back and show you how to eventually dip it in the white chocolate and then put the little, I got wooden sticks. They do have, for this type of candy, they have those little plastic white sticks, but I went to Dollar General and they didn't have any. So what I got was right here, that's delicious, is these little sticks. They're about half the size of popsicle sticks, which would work perfect as long as the balls are nice and stiff. When you go to apply, put those sticks in there. I'll show you anyway. But just remember, don't go all the way into the ball because you might make them crumble. So I think I got all of it. I'm going to sit this in the refrigerator for about 10-15 minutes. And I'll be right back to show you how to put this amazing, delicious lemon dipped in white chocolate balls together. Okay, now we have let this sit in the refrigerator for, I don't know, maybe about a half hour. And we're going to scoop a tablespoon or a full over tablespoon and roll it into a ball. We're just going to place the balls right here on this parchment paper. You can roll it with the palms of your hand, and they don't have to be perfect in size. Just roll them up. And once you finish rolling them up, I'm going to melt the chocolate. That one's a little bigger. And you can actually melt your chocolate in a double boiler, or you can do what I'm going to do. And that is, because it's a little bit quicker, less work, I'm going to pop it into the microwave. And what you're going to do, the directions on the package that I used said to take 2 cups of the chocolate chips, the white chocolate chips, 2 cups, and put it in your microwave on high for 45 seconds. And then after you do it one time for 45 seconds, then you're just going to do it at 15-second increments to that. Hello, everyone. I was just actually wiping my mouth. I think I might have had some chocolate on it. I love this white chocolate. It tastes so good. Now, as you can see here, I've gotten most of the sticks placed into the balls. And remember, again, do not push them all the way down because they will cause the balls to separate, and you don't want to do that. It's really easy. Press them in, not halfway, just before halfway. And once you get them in there, I've got this chocolate, see here, already melted. I put it in the microwave for 45 seconds, and then I actually, see that stick is not holding. That's what I was afraid of. So I'm going to have to do this. I put it in the microwave for 45 seconds. And then 15-second intervals. They don't have to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect. That is so good. It's so delicious. I feel like there's a mosquito. Okay. Set that in there. Dip the chocolate in there. Get your chocolate all the way around it. Covering it really good. Ah. That looks so good. Okay. And then place it onto your parchment paper. Hello. I'm back and we're going to finish up the lemon cake balls. And I melted the chocolate per the instructions. And all you do is put one of your little sticks or whatever you're using to put in there. And even if you don't have any of these wooden sticks, you can actually attempt to do it without them. And what I do with these, because they do kind of get messy, is tilt it over to the side. Put your one in there. Put your stick in. Pour you some white chocolate around it. It's really pretty simple. Tilt it to the side. Make sure if you got any drips. And put that on the paper. Insert another stick. Remember, do not push these too far in, because then they'll just fall apart and break. And this chocolate will start to harden pretty quick. One of the reasons is because these cake balls were in the refrigerator. Okay, now we're back, and as you can see, I have one plate that is the Oreo cream cheese white chocolate dip balls, and over here is the lemon cream cheese frosting white chocolate dipped. And I have eaten so many of them, and Larry's not that particular about them. So our taste tester for this evening is going to be my lovely daughter, Ashley. She's going to come over here. I want you to try. You don't have to eat the whole thing, but I want you to try one of the lemon balls. And
I
then
definitely already stole a chocolate one of them.
I told you guys that it is very, very good. Very good.
I'm definitely going to make those for the 4th.
Absolutely. See, they're very delicious, and those are for the 4th, and I'm going to have to make more because there's so many people coming. So the taste tester says that they're great. So now I need you to try one of the Oreo balls. There you go. And this is the Oreo cream cheese filled. And these are very rich. The Oreo cream cheese filled are very, very rich. Delicious?
They're really good.
All right. Well, she's my taste tester, and they turned out absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. And remember to like and subscribe if you like this video. Join us. Thank you and have a great evening.